Bec, how are the preparations? Only a few days out from the grand final.
Completely relaxed. Everyone's really good. Nothing stressful about it all. No, it is. That's actually really good. The girls are feeling great. We had a really good game review of the Collingwood performance last night, and some recovery, and then the main session tonight.
What about, I suppose, Courtney Cramey? She had a concussion last week's game. How's she pulled up?
Yeah, she's doing all the right things with recovery. She's treating her body right, and she'll be out with the main group tonight. And as you know, with concussion, there's not much you can do. You just got to wait and do the tests and hope the result comes up your way. So Courtney will be given as long as possible to recover from that.
What's the process with that? Like, has she already done a test or a couple of tests so far? And what other tests will she have to go through this week?
I don't know the exact medical details of it. All I know is that there is a pretty strict protocol around concussion, and it has to be because the welfare of the players' head is paramount, and she'll do whatever's required with the doctors at the club this week. Yeah.
Did she go to hospital after the game on the weekend?
I'm not sure. Not sure.
Having spoken with her, are you confident she'll get up?
I don't think you can be with the concussion testing. I can't be confident. I think that's either way. All I know is that Courtney's one of the most professional athletes in our group. She's had a long career, distinguished career in women's football, and she desperately wants to play. Yeah.
What kind of coach are you in grand final week, Bec? Some like to shield their players from all the hurrah, and some like to say, well, you've got to embrace it because you've earned it. Which way do you go?
I think there's probably a fine balance for that for the girls, and they're really mindful of the attention that's on them this week. And grand final week is to be enjoyed. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, there's some pretty serious business to get done at the end of the week, and they're really, really focused on that.
Do you go back and look at the last Brisbane game that was here at the parade?
Yep.
And what are your thoughts from that game?
I already have. I mean, that was a great contest. Brisbane slowed us down significantly with what we wanted to do, and it was a very good review the week after that game about the areas that we felt that we could improve on. We're in a great position that we're the only team in the competition that gets to play one of the teams that we've already played again, and fix up the things that we didn't do quite so well.
Those things, what do you need to fix up?
Getting the ball movement as quick as we possibly can. I think we all saw in the Collingwood game in the last quarter, our ball movement was really fast. It may not have looked the prettiest, but it was very fast, and as a consequence, we gave our forwards the most opportunity to kick goals. So Brisbane do like to roll back into our attacking half and drop all of their numbers back there as quickly as possible, and they're very good at it. They're very well drilled at it. And then their counter-attack to zigzag down the field is pretty good too.
Given that last game against Collingwood, if Courtney does get up, how tempted are you to go in with an unchanged lineup?
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? I mean, you just don't know. You've got to get the balance right, and it's got to be an individual match-up, player by player. It's been one of our strengths this year is that we look at one-on-one, and we want the girls to beat their opponent one-on-one. So we've got to make sure that the match-ups one-on-one are correct. Did we have the match-ups right against Brisbane the first time, one-on-one? Probably not. So we want to go with the fastest team possible that's available to play.
This afternoon, there'll be a few fans coming to watch. How do the girls feel when they run out there? Hopefully see a couple of hundred.
Yeah, it'll be great to see all the fans coming out. We've seen, social media's gone crazy this week with the support for the Crows girls. So it'll be great to have a few out here this afternoon and have a few photos and sign some autographs for some pretty excited young people in South Australia.
When you say you didn't have the matchups, probably not right one-on-one the last time you played Brisbane. Like you had, sorry, just remind me, who was on Taylor Harris?
Chelsea Randall.
Yeah, I was to Chelsea yesterday. You must be tempted to keep her on Taylor because she did such a great job.
Yeah, she did a really great job, but Lee, we won't tell people our plans, we'll just show them our results. So I'm not going to give away any secrets about what the individual matchups are going to be, put it that way.
Have those two losses you had, like you were flying at 4-0, people were talking, about a home final at Adelaide Oval, then you obviously go down to Brisbane, go down to Melbourne. Have those two losses really helped? Because, teams can brush over mistakes when you're winning and stuff like that. Those losses really helped you guys sit down and a bit of a wake-up call?
Yeah, I don't think... I think it was Nelson Mandela who said that I don't lose, I win or learn. And so for us, we really learnt from the 2 games against Brisbane and Melbourne in particular. And they were both very different games in terms of why we lost. So that has helped with the resilience of the group. And, we got to 3/4 time of the game last week and our backs were really up against it. And to turn it around and put on 5 goals, 2 in the last quarter shows that we're capable of winning games the way that we want to.
How nice is it that you're getting up to Brisbane and the Gold Coast a little bit earlier and the girls won't have to be at their day jobs the day before the game?
Really great. Looking forward to getting them together early throughout the season. The travel schedule's been hard. Someone in our team's always travelling. And this weekend we thought it was great to get the girls together just a little bit early and just enjoy each other's company as part of Grand Final week. So they're all going to be sitting around at work or at home anyway, just thinking about the game, so we thought it was best that we get them together to do that.
Bec, I know you said this week is a week to be enjoyed and soak it all in, but how much extra pressure do you think is on the girls leading up to the first ever Grand Final?
Well, yeah, pressure this week. I think the thing is we haven't come this far to come this far. So now that we're here, we want to make the most of the opportunity. And they know that it's a massive opportunity. But with that, we sort of go back to where we were at the start, which is you get one chance to make a first impression. Well, now we get one chance to make a lasting impression on the competition. Regardless of the result and what happens, how we carry ourselves this week, how we prepare, the elite behaviours that we want to see, the level of effort on the field for 4 quarters, that's really what we want to see. And if we do all of those things, and culturally we've set up our team so well that we feel that success that we've had really is a byproduct of all of those things.
How do you keep the players from playing the game in their minds beforehand and just about turn up cooked? Do you keep them really busy?
No, well, really busy, but also free time. We're really strong on being off their legs. Some of them have got really busy day jobs where they're on their legs all day. Others are a bit more relaxed. They're students. And I know what I was doing when I was a student. I didn't get to uni until sort of midday. But look, it's a good balance. We're not doing anything really different this week in terms of our meetings, how we prepare, the same opposition analysis, the same team meetings. Our timings and schedules are all exactly the same as what we've done for the normal rounds.
Will the nerves start when you start to see the fans here tonight?
Yeah, I think it's good to be nervous. You've just got to use it in the most positive way that you can, and we've always prepared like that. We said right at the start, before we even had our first training session, we don't get nervous, we get ready. And that's what we mean by that is using your nervous energy and turning it into something positive.
How important is it to have someone like an Erin Phillips in this group who's obviously played in massive games, maybe in another sport, but throughout her career?
Excellent. Erin is a massive bonus to our team this week of all weeks. Every week she's been a massive bonus. Her football aside, which is obviously elite, she brings leadership, a calm head, and knows what's required to get the job done, and that filters through the rest of the group.
Is she going to take out a swag of awards? Goal of the year, mark of the year, MVP?
Well, if I was voting on those, that she probably would. And I think everyone's seen her games this year. She's an amazing athlete. The biggest prize for her will be, getting the win this weekend. That's what she wants. She's really determined to get it. All of the group's really determined, and you could see it on their faces at the end of the game last week that they were all still very, very determined about what we wanted to go on and do.
Sarah Perkins has captivated the competition like no one else, really. What is it about her?
She's a good person. That's the first thing, and I think she just exudes it. There's no arrogance about her. There's no ego about her. You can quite clearly see how much she loves football. She loves being with her teammates. All of them love being with their teammates, but she had a hot foot on Sunday, and when she's got a tail up, she's pretty hard to stop, and she just enjoys being around the group and involving them, regardless of whether she's kicking the goals or not. She's taking marks like she was on the weekend. Everyone else is successful.
Did you have a view over not being able to play at the Gabba this weekend?
No, I didn't. Lee, I think if you'd seen some of the football grounds that these girls had played on over the course of their careers, you could tell it just wasn't an issue. And even with the Gabba, none of us have played on there before. The Brisbane girls haven't played on there before. We haven't played on there before. neither of us have played on Metricon. I said early on in the piece, you could put us out on the nature strip out the front of West Lakes and we'd really be quite happy.